Hello everyone and welcome to a new Crypto Market Watch. Today we're going to look at Bitcoin and what it's doing, and we're also going to take a look at Ethereum and what it means for the other altcoins. So let's get started. First of all, let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. We're looking at the daily currently, so these are all daily candles, and what we have seen is that Bitcoin has gone up and down today, and it's closing in 2.5 hours, and it looks like we have a green candle today. So the past times we've seen that this 20-day moving average has been holding as support for Bitcoin. We have had some wicks below, however we've always closed above. And we've also talked about how closing below the 20-day moving average can be very bearish. So it's a good sign that Bitcoin has closed above and it's turning green again, because if we're turning red back here, then that could mean that we are closing below the 20-day moving average and we're going further down. So what are we eyeballing right now? Well, we're seeing that BTC is making this kind of triangle pattern where I connect all the tops and I connect some bottoms. Only this one is not connected. And we see that we get a really nice triangle that is about to break out. And exactly how soon it will break out, I'll discuss with you guys later. But in this triangle, you can see the maximum it should break out is the 21st of January, and right now it's the 18th. So within the next 3 days, Bitcoin needs to be decisive about which way it will be going. Alright, so where do we think it will go? Well, why I think a major move will happen sooner than later is because of the 4-hour chart. If we go to the 4-hour chart, we can see here that not only this triangle that we drew right here is forming, but also an inner triangle here is forming. And this triangle ends even sooner. And even because we have been holding this line for so many times, it has touched so many times, the more often Bitcoin touches support, the weaker it gets. So that means if we are going to touch the support again, it gets weaker and the chance is higher that we go below it. So what do we check here? Well, first of all, we should check the next 24 hours and see whether we have a major breakdown into here or a major break up into there. If we break up into this triangle, we will probably test new all-time highs and even higher. So to the upside, it's always good. However, if we go to the downside, that also means that we will break this 20-day moving average. And the question is, what will we be looking at then? Since it will only indicate that we will dump further, right? Well, to check that, we must go to the weekly chart. So let's go to the weekly chart. And we see here that the weekly for now is still green. However, it's Monday and we need to see how decisive this move will be. Let me remove all these dots that I accidentally placed. Alright, so now for now we're in the green. However, if we are going to break out in the next 2 or 3 days, we will get a major BTC move either to the upside or to the downside on this same candle that we're already at. So let's take the negative side here, since the positive side is quite easy. If we're going up, then we're going to test the resistance, and if we break the resistance, we will go further. However, what will happen when we break down? Where will we find support? Well, what we can check here is that our 20-week moving average right now is at 19.6k, which is way better than last week's 18.3k. So it seems that we're moving up about 1.2k a week. So if we break down this week, we'll probably get a major red candle, into a major red candle, into a major red candle, since we'll have a longer term correction. If you don't know why, watch my other video. It's one of my first videos on the channel, but it's about the last bear market and how the 20-week moving average acts as support in longer term corrections, as we see here, which we also expect to happen here if we do break down from this triangle. Alright, so what will this mean for altcoins? Well, first of all, let's look at Ethereum. What we see in Ethereum is that it has been quite stable for the last couple of days. Actually, it has closed at almost the same price for the for the last 3 days, which is quite amazing. It almost never happens. But we also see that this 20-day moving average also acted as support for Ethereum. So here we are in the same case. However, here we're not really breaking out of Ethereum itself because it has a little bit of a different pattern. It also has some kind of triangle that we can form in here. However, it has been quite volatile against Bitcoin. So what Ether does highly depends on what BTC does. So what I would advise, look at this BTC chart, see whether it goes out of this triangle that we described or stays in, and trade your altcoins accordingly. So what will we be looking at for Ether? Well, just as Bitcoin, Ether holds support at the 20-week moving average. So we will get some red candles down, and we already see that Ether has come way closer to his 20-week moving average than actually Bitcoin already did. Let's go to the weekly. Here we see Bitcoin is still far away from his 20-week moving average here with only 27% correction, while Ether has already gone down 36% and went up again. So in the case of a major correction, it's not surprising if we will see us go down to this range between, let's say, 650 and 750, because the moving average will go a bit up and we will test it and then we continue further. So what we should be looking at for altcoins is if Bitcoin breaks above, then it will probably stay longer within the range and take some time before it actually tests our all-time high, which will be good for altcoins and definitely good for Ethereum. However, if BTC breaks down, we should take a look at Ethereum, and we should also expect a major correction for Ethereum of about, let's take a 45% down from here. This means that if this happens, sell your Ether because you can almost buy double back by the time that we get to this 20-week moving average. Take advantage of this. Don't sit on the sidelines when this happens. Sell your Ether and buy him back more. Same holds for BTC, by the way. If we do break down and we will go all the way down, let's say we don't go exactly to the 20-week moving average, but a bit above, let's say 22K, 38%, guys. That's a lot. Then you can almost, if you have one BTC, then you will have something like 1.4 BTC. It's insane. So take advantage of this chance. Alright, that's everything I wanted to go into today. If you like this video, please drop a like and press the subscribe button. You can also leave a comment with any question that you have about this analysis or any other analysis about altcoins. If you want to trade, I have a Bybit link in the description. And if you sign up with that link, you get a $600 bonus. And I also get a $10 bonus, so it's a win-win. So if you want to trade and please take a look into the description.